What's up, guys? Welcome to NFL Empire. We are going to recap Thursday night's game, and I can recap it in one word: shitfest. That was the worst fucking game I've ever seen.
Terrible game.
Jesus.
I mean, this is the best matchup they could come up with for Thursday Night Football.
I know.
For all the country's
Big
team.
rivalry game. It hasn't been a rivalry for like 10 years. I mean, this Bears-Packers.
Last year on the Thanksgiving matchup, we saw the Bears beat the Packers, but you got to be an absolute idiot if you thought that was going to happen this time.
All right. So we're just going to run a quick run through the game. Packers offense and the Bears offense started off terrible.
I think overall the Packers offense played, decent in the second half. But overall, I think we can both agree that we were very impressed by Ty Montgomery. Ty Montgomery's the guy. Eddie Lacy down. James Stark's down. I don't know when he's coming back, but James Stark's going to be back a little bit. But Eddie Lacy's on the IR. Ty Montgomery is a big piece of this offense. I feel like Montgomery fits the offense. They got speed guys all at receiver. Eddie Lacy just seems like he's out of place on that team, really.
He's fat.
I
was very disappointed with the Brian Hoyer injury. I thought they had a chance to win the game. I'm pretty sure they were up 10-6, and then Brian Hoyer goes down. They were up 10-6 at halftime, I believe.
Yeah.
Brian Hoyer goes down. In comes Matt Barkley. He plays like an untrimmed toenail. He had a total of 81 yards and 2 picks. That was his stat line.
It was just ridiculous.
Just embarrassing. He could not incorporate anyone into the offense. Jordan Howard had a terrible game. 7 carries for 22 yards. Matt Barkley wasn't about as useful as a blind man at a book club. That's how bad that was.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
Also, Alshon Jeffrey, one of the bigger busts this
what
year,
a disappointment.
I think his production would go up with Jay Cutler, but these quarterbacks just hate Alshon Jeffrey. They are just so racist, it's not even funny. Cameron Meredith, I expected more out of him too. He had past 2 games, he had 228.
Oh my god.
I didn't even know who Cameron Meredith was coming up into this week.
He let me know.
He let me know.
Catches, two past games. He had 228 yards and 2 touchdowns in the past 2 games. I think it was just 1 grab in this game. It was just terrible offense by the Bears. They had a chance to take over the game because Aaron Rodgers was playing terrible. And then coming into the half, they just got manhandled by Aaron Rodgers.
Now let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. He had a great game.
Fire. He caught fire in the second half.
56 pass attempts. Not usually what we're used to seeing out of the Green Bay Packers with that offense. But he completed 39 of them.
That's not bad at all. 346 yards, something like that.
His first 300
plus yards.
First 300-yard game since November.
3 touchdowns. 2 to Devontae Adams, who had a 100-yard game and 2 touchdowns. He was 1 catch away from He was 1 catch away from Don Hudson's record for Packers. He had 13 catches, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. He really broke out.
I think right now, John Fox's
job is...
I just don't see it.
He's basically a homeless man. There's no way he's coming in.
He's going to have to start looking up realties in Miami because that's where he's going to be ending up by this offseason.
Anywhere not in Chicago. Chicago's going to go like 3-13.
He's shown that he cannot develop quarterbacks. It's just ridiculous, really, at this point. You think by now they'd give up on Jay Cutler, but when he comes back from his injury, do you think they'll stay with him for another year?
He's definitely going to come back. Maybe not next year, but once he gets healthy, he's going to come back. But that thumb, that bothers quarterbacks. It's tough to come back from that.
And how about this Bears offensive line? Just, my
terrible.
Gosh.
You saw, I think it was Jake Long. He went out along with Brian Hoyer in the second quarter.
Yep.
Don't know how long that injury is going to last.
I feel like the Bears could just go to a mental hospital and just pick up 5 guys and just put them on the line and do
a better job.
better
job than what they did. Jordan Howard cannot get anything going.
No.
Past 2 games, Jordan Howard came out blazing hot when his first 2 starts, 100 yards in both those games. Past 2 games, he's had 15 carries for 34 yards and 7 carries for 22 yards. It's been pathetic.
I feel like the lack of playmakers on the Bears defense is really starting to.
I do like what's his name?
Leonard Floyd?
Yeah, I do like
Leonard Floyd. He's got a very bright future.
But let's just wrap this up.
Yep.
Kadeem Carey is the guy I actually liked on the Packers offense.
Kadeem Carey played very well, actually.
Bears offense. Yeah, I think he had 10 carries for 48 yards or something. He had a nice yards per carry. Looks like he's taking over the backfield from
the
Jordan
Bears
Howard.
had a chance in the third quarter of this game, but Aaron Rodgers just turned into vintage Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers started putting up points, and the Bears had no answer. They could not do anything on offense with terrible Matt Barkley.
Yeah, just a disappointing game, really. I think it's more or less though what we expected in this one. You weren't expecting the Packers to dominate the game, but that's more or less what happened in the second half.
Yeah, so that was our Thursday Night Football recap. Both of us picked the game right. We both picked the Packers. Tomorrow, actually, we're going to have our Saturday Start 'em Sit 'em fantasy special.
So all of you fantasy heads out there, give us some questions in the comments. Let us know who you want to start and sit. our decision.
We'll mention it in the Saturday Sarm Sit-em video tomorrow. We'll mention your questions.
We're no experts at all. We're about as useful as Aaron Hernandez and How to Get Away with Murder. But thanks for watching, guys. We are disgusting.
What a shit fest. That was. You hear that too?
That was disgusting.
That was an absolute shit fest of a game.
That was awful.
That was just a shit fest of a game.